did forget to mention that the mission statement is written by the beautiful Nisha. I do apologize. And she just left. So maybe she'll be back eventually. But until then.
But wait, where did she go? One.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sister Talk with LTB. What's up, Sister Talkers? Hey, I am Brittany. I am part of Sister Talk. If you did not know, hello. And these are my lovely, lovely, lovely sisters. But before I introduce them, I do want to say hello to all of our new viewers. If you are new to the Sister Talk community, welcome. Please take a seat and enjoy the ride, because it will be a ride, because we have good content. I think so. They think so.
We got
Good content. Yes, and I keep disappearing, but it is what it is. I am here. You can hear me. So, moving forward, I am going to go ahead and introduce my lovely, wonderful, beautiful, amazing, talented sisters. We're going to start with Tiara.
Because she is the talented one.
Yeah, Tiara.
Don't do that. We are all talented. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining.
And then we're going to say hi to Nisha.
Hey.
Yes, y'all. Those are my sisters. They are so beautiful, aren't they? I know. I didn't even need y'all to tell me, because I already know. But look, though. Once again, like I said, if you're new, you may not know, but Sister Talk has a beautiful mission statement written by the lovely Nisha. And we have to say that because we don't still side-eye us. So, with that being said, we do want to make sure that we engage you in some sassy conversation. And yes, the necro is important because it is sassy, okay? We also want to empower you to be your authentic self, okay? Please make sure that you are who you are and who God said you are.
Did she take us to church?
I did. Just a little bit. But for real though, be who the Lord said you are, because you ain't got to be out here impressing nobody, okay? Because we're going to be who we are. We silly, but we fun and all that other stuff. So please be who you are, all right? Y'all hear me? All right, cool. We also want to encourage you to the next level. Whatever the next level is for you, Sister Talk is here to encourage you. Even if you don't have anybody else in your life that's encouraging you right now, friends, let us encourage you. Okay? We really want to do that for you, all right? Bet.
Cool.
So, on the game. So, now that we have gone over the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful mission statement, another thing that we like to do here at Sister Talk is we like to go over them good old church announcements. Y'all know what time it is. Praise, praise, praise. Won't he do it?
Yeah!
She didn't down there having her little praise break, so I saw her little hand. So yes, y'all, we gotta go over our church announcements. We got like 2 today. Or 1.5. We got two. Okay. The first thing we want to keep stressing: Black-owned businesses. You need to hit us up, because what we're trying to do here is we trying to highlight your business. Okay, we trying to, I don't know, get you some news, some play. We're gonna get you some play. That's what we gonna do. We want to make sure that every Wednesday we are able to highlight a Black-owned business. I'm not sure if Nisha's goofing or her mouth is just open. But
well, I was just about to say, yeah, we trying to, highlight your business on the free. You ain't even got to pay us. You ain't even got to pay us.
That's a church announcement for you.
You ain't even got to pay us. It's on the free.
On the free.
I mean, I was trying to charge y'all, but it's cool.
She was the main one. Like, I don't think we should charge. So, but like Nisha said, though, we're not looking for payment or anything like that. There's no fine print or anything. Like, we just really trying to, honor our Black-owned businesses. But we all out here trying to get it. So we want to highlight you,
get
right,
money.
sisters?
So we gonna get money.
Amen.
Okay. Okay. In church announcements, get real gangster with it. Okay. I'm totally cool with that. So
I'm totally
our
cool.
next, I'm totally cool. Totally.
Totally. Y'all so
Alright,
funny.
So y'all crazy. It's them, it's not me. But our next church announcement is really, really special and important because it's actually going to create a segue into our topic. So if you don't know, this week is World Doula Week. Okay.
I just thought I would throw that in there. I'm sorry.
Yes, we will be honoring our birth workers, and baby, we can't honor no birth worker if we ain't honoring our sister.
Period.
Nisha, the Doula
Period.
Plug. You can't see
Period.
the shirt. It says Miss
Period.
Nisha, the Doula Plug.
Period.
Okay, baby is a doula. All right, she be out
And
here
she the plug.
I am the plug.
And if you don't know, her nickname out here is the $1 Million Doula.
Oh
Okay,
my.
we did not give her. We didn't give her that nickname, okay? That came strictly from her just doing what she do and being the best at it. So we want to make sure that we honor our sister. How we gonna promote these Black-owned businesses without promoting our big sis? So please give a round of applause.
You gotta take care of home first. That's what they say.
God, so silly.
Our big sister Doula Plug. And listen, people just do not want to stay at work. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what is happening? We gonna keep the ball rolling, okay? She'll be back. She will be back. But listen, like I was saying, we want to honor you, Miss Nisha, the Doula Plug, because you be doulaing, you be out here delivering these babies, and they be cute too. So,
my, y'all are so silly.
For being a $1 Million Doula and being out here doing your Doula Plug Miss stuff. Yes, Miss Nisha, the Doula Plug. You see the shirt. That's official, like a whistle when you got it on the shirt. So yes, amen. She is the Doula Plug. So with all of that being said, you know what I'm saying? Sierra gonna pop in at some point, but we want to go ahead and just go into our topic. Like, we will be talking about doulaness today, and Miss Nisha today will be the midshifter, and she is going to take us into our topic. So, baby girl, go ahead, Sierra back. I hope she don't be interrupting, but go ahead and do what you do, Miss Nisha, the Doula Plug.
Okay. Thank you for the floor. Okay. Oh, all right.
You sound lazy. That's okay.
How you doing? So I want to thank you to my sisters. This week is from March 22nd to the 28th is World Doula Week. And yes, I'm the plug. Can you see it? I'm the plug. But my doula services is beyond just being a doula. I provide services to keep you connected to the community resources and the social services that is in your community. But today I want to talk about why is it important to have a doula. But the first thing I want to ask is my sisters.
That's us.
Yes. And our audience, you could chime in, send your responses. But what did you know what a doula was before your sister became one?
Nah.
Actually, I know a little bit of something about it, but I didn't really know like the full thing until I was pregnant. And then you were going through the process of becoming a doula, and I was like, oh, I'm good, right? But you wasn't there yet. And I was like, man. But yeah, I kind of knew, but I didn't know like if I could afford it. To have a doula, I did want to have a doula though, because I got pregnant during COVID, so I was super scared about everything.
Yeah, them COVID babies, babe.
Yeah, they kind of different. COVID babies.
Definitely different.
I'm just saying, but that's a whole nother topic. Brittany, you said you didn't know what a doula was.
No, I didn't know what a doula was, but if you would not really think back on my pregnancy, even though you weren't a doula, you was kind of doula in me all throughout my pregnancy anyway.
You was kind of doula in me.
She was. No, she really was though, because like any little thing I felt or anything that I felt wasn't normal. And I was the person during my pregnancy, I'm going to the ER for everything. But every little thing, I would call Anisha, and she would be like, okay, Brittany, well, it's probably this, do this, and then it'll get better. And if it don't, then call me. She was already doula in me. So it was kind of like in her destiny to be a doula. And I was her first client for real. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bust your bubble.
No, you're not gonna bust my bubble. I was the first.
You kind of was not my first client.
Delivering babies before me, I know.
I delivered my first baby when I was 18 years old, and I did not know that I could have used that platform to make it be a career. And so, I just went on. So a traditional doula is someone that comes in and provides emotional, physical, and mental support during your labor. However, it's other doulas that provide more. And so we live in Cleveland, Ohio, and Cleveland, Ohio has the highest infant mortality rate in the world, not just in the city, but in the world. Okay. And so having a doula, the reason why it's important to have a doula is because highlight moment, Black babies are dying. And it's because of many, many, many things that are not in our control. Mm-hmm. So with having a doula, you get that educational portion of it. Like you get a chance to have someone come in and explain to you what the doctor is saying to you. Mm-hmm. You get that moment to, even when the doctor is communicating with you, you have questions, you have concerns, and the doctor doesn't address it. So your doula can address that with you. For me, it's all about prenatal education. A doula provides prenatal, labor, and postpartum support. Most doulas does. A traditional doula can come in and just do the labor and then they out. Where I got my doula services from, when I got my doula training from, is from Birth and Beautiful Communities, and they call their doulas perinatal support doulas. And so we have the opportunity to walk through your entire pregnancy, your labor, in a year up until your baby turns a year old. And that is because infant mortality rate is so high in our state, in our city, period. And infant mortality is when a baby doesn't make it until their first year of birth. And so you have this person that's going to walk with you throughout your pregnancy, throughout your labor, and throughout the upcoming of your baby turning a year old. So that means that you have that one-on-one service with a person that can answer questions. When you go into your doctor's appointments, you had like a 15-minute bracket. They come
Mm-hmm.
in, they be like boom, 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 and then you out. And then
Mm-hmm.
you sitting there and you like, well, what's happening? I don't know what this means. And for majority, people don't have that person to talk to. And so you have that
Mm-hmm.
doula that you could call up on the telephone and they would actually walk through everything with you. We do virtual appointments. We are able to go to the doctor's appointments with you, and we able to be present at that birth. So we do a thing called the birth plan, and so many times you go to the hospital to birth a baby and you just go by what the hospital tells you because you don't
Mm-hmm.
know what your rights are. So
Mm-hmm.
something as simple as putting on a hospital gown, you might not want to do that, but you feel that that is something of what you have to do because this is the hospital. But you don't have to put on that hospital gown. You could birth in the clothing that you choose to birth in. That might be
Mm-hmm.
something that's comfortable for you. And so you have your doula that can speak up for you. You go through your birth
Well, I didn't know
experience.
that.
I ain't know
See,
that because them gowns
I got
ugly.
I sure
they
had
ugly.
that gown on. Soon as triage hit, they was like, yeah, take them clothes off. Go ahead and put this gown on. I was like, well, whatever you say. My face hurts so bad. I don't know.
And they'll write it off as, oh, the open gown is easier for us to get to everything, if we need to. But I read something today as I was preparing for this, and it was so like interesting. Think about when you wear that back open gown. What's out in the open?
My
Your
booty.
booty. And who feel comfortable with their booty out to the wind?
No, I don't want my booty out.
Who feel comfortable with looking at your booty?
Right.
Everybody.
Okay.
I mean, I got a nice butt.
I,
No, just like,
I know I do.
You know you do. But I'm just saying, I don't want my booty out. Mm-mm.
So having a doula is I wish that I could have had a doula when I was younger. Because I had so many things that was going on that I just didn't understand, and I didn't have that
mm-hmm.
person to explain it to me. Like it's a thing called well, it's not a thing, it's just real life. It's called oh my goodness, Brittany went through it. It's
C-section.
Preeclampsia.
preeclampsia. Yes.
Ooh, child. Ooh, child.
Exactly. So when I gave birth 27 years ago, it was like, oh, you had an asthma attack and your blood pressure went up and you almost died. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't have that person that was in the room with me to talk me through that, to explain that to me. And then when I became a doula, even before I became a doula, working as a community health worker, I was able to look into like what different things was. And preeclampsia is something that is serious in the Black community, but nobody really teaches on it. Nobody really talks about us changing our diet and all of these kind of things. Along with infant mortality being so high, is a thing called toxic stress, and it's something that we can't avoid because we're Black.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something
So,
that
Nisha,
we deal with on a day-to-day basis.
so would you say, would it be safe to say a doula is, first of all, they're a lot more personal or personable than your average OBGYN or midwife, but more knowledgeable than your, a lot of times your mom or somebody that would just be there to support you out of love, or I just want to be there for you, but I don't actually know how to be there for you. So it's like a doula is that safe place, like in the middle of both, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean, I think that that's important to let us know, or and our audience know as well, because when I was pregnant, when I found out I was pregnant, I went straight towards getting a midwife because I, from the knowledge that I received, a midwife will be more personal than your regular OBGYN. Um, they're gonna be able to be more dedicated to, not dedicated, but more personable, more nice, more thoughtful into what you feel, or what your concerns may be. And so initially I was like, yeah, if I don't have to have an OB, like I don't have no issues with my pregnancy, then I'm gonna just straight give me a little midwife. And then when I started to do the research, I was telling Deb, like, I think I want to have a doula. Like, I know that you doing your work or whatever, and you doing your research, and you gonna be there to support me, but it just ain't nothing like a woman
Mhm.
to be there for you, and you know what I'm saying, help coach you through the different things. And during COVID, my mama couldn't be in the room, so I was like, this gonna be the next thing. He ended up being pretty good, don't get me wrong, but I was like, yeah, I was gunning for it.
So
So
the thing, so the thing about this is, so many times a family member may think that a doula is there to replace like the mom or the dad or something like that. No, we're actually there to support that person. We're
mhm,
actually there to educate them in supporting the client and supporting
mhm,
you, the mother.
mhm,
So something of what I like to do is let me spend time with not just the client, but let me spend time with your support team because I'm joining your support team. I'm not there to
mhm.
replace anyone. I'm there to educate and provide you with the education so that you can support her. So like, and speaking with you and Deb, like, was I supposed to say his name?
You
He just said
can't.
his name.
I just said that.
So like with y'all, like coming in and having meetings with both of y'all to let you know,
Mhm,
like, hey, when this happened, this. The one thing of what I like to tell the clients is I'm standing at the top. I ain't at the bottom. Like, let me catch your baby. I'm not down there. I'm not looking at I ain't looking at your cootie cat. I ain't trying to. I mean, I'm gonna help you and coach you through that, but I ain't performing no kind of clinical things or, I ain't
mhm,
doing that kind of stuff. I am there to provide that physical. My physical support is for me to come in and coach you through different movement to help you get that baby up out of you because the goal is for you to have a healthy baby. I'm not there to
mhm,
replace nobody. I'm there to join your support team. And so that is the one thing. The other thing is midwives and doulas work hand in hand. They work together. A doula
mhm,
cannot do um, a birth by herself.
mhm,
Meaning, if you go out, like, the newest thing is home births.
mhm.
I have not done a home birth yet. I just reached out to one of our doulas and told her that I'm interested in, trying to feel
Oh
around
yeah, go
that
ahead and get that
area.
experience.
I'm a little scared, but if you meet a
Yes.
doula and she say, I can do this by myself, no, absolutely not. She need a midwife there because the midwife takes the role of what we call doctors. If you do not know, this is
Mhm.
like a want to know. Doctors don't birth your baby, y'all. The midwife do. Pay attention to when you at the hospital. The doctor does not come in and birth your baby unless it's some complications going on.
Yes.
Meaning, if it's a C-section going on, and in the Black community, that is the number one thing that they are trying to get us Black women to do. Because we go to the hospital and we say, oh, I'm tired of being pregnant. I just
That's
want
what
this
we do.
baby out of me. I can't take it no more. And they say,
It'd be like that.
well, we could schedule you for an induction and blah, 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 because it's a moneymaker thing. So now the doctor gonna get paid. I know it's kind of like we, like jumping all around, but it's the truth. A midwife is who births your baby. The midwife, and then she is accommodated. Well, he or she. I haven't met any men midwives, but I know they out there. But the midwife is accommodated by the doula, and so they work hand in hand. So usually the midwife comes from the hospital. The hospital assigns them to you, and then you are able to seek your own doula, or they may suggest one. Highly suggest getting a doula because of the prenatal education that you get. So many times when you go to your doctor's appointments, they begin to say all of these big words that you may not understand. And not being funny and not saying that, we're not smart or anything like that. But sometimes we feel uncomfortable with asking the question like, well, what do you mean by that? Or, what does that mean? And so we, kind of back off. Well, you don't have to be uncomfortable with that, because you can pick up that phone and be like, hey, Miss Nisha, this is what the doctor said. Or, hey, Miss Nisha, can you come to my appointment with me? Or, Miss Nisha, I'm about to put you on FaceTime, and I want you to hear what this doctor is saying so that I can help you navigate through all of that. I am a doula that really concentrate on prenatal education, because I want you to know the reasoning and how your body is getting ready to transform and what your body is going through to get this whole human being up out of you.
Good Lord.
The whole human too.
It's a whole human coming up out of you, and so many times.
Now you didn't turn it around like that.
I know, girl. So many times, women just feel like that they can't do it. That it's impossible to have a natural birth. But I will say this, the one thing of what I know is we are women, and this is what God created our bodies to do, is to bring human beings into the world. And so why not have someone who has the training, and also make sure she got the support because everybody don't know everything. And so she need to have that support, that backup to say like, hey, have you ever heard of this? Can you help me navigate through this? Ask her who her support system is, because all births are different. And she need to be prepared for your birth. Okay. Look at Brittany's face.
She's like, all that stuff is true, period. Y'all hear? These is facts.
It really is facts. I became a doula during the pandemic, and I had I wasn't trying to become a doula, just to be honest. I had an agency reach out to me and ask me, did I want to be a doula? And because I am the teen mom advocate, I looked at it as being, there for a teen mother. If anyone knows us, follows us, or anything, I am the teen mom advocate for Cleveland. Like, I'm out here. I'm all for the teen moms being educated, getting to the next level, being their authentic self, all of that. Like,
that's why the mission statement came from.
Hey, toot that horn, girl.
I am, because so many times teen moms, get thrown to the wayside, and nobody wants to walk alongside of them. Nobody wants to educate them. And so I'm that person. I'm like, hey, what do you want me to do? oh, I can use that for a teen mom. I can do it. And so this agency reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to be a doula? I was like, absolutely not. I don't think that's what I want to do. I want to see cooch with babies coming out. That's how I thought of it.
Babies coming out.
Like, and then a placenta, this big bloody thing come out. It's like, not for me. That's
Be
not
eating that. I'm just saying.
People do. People do be eating it. But when I, thought about it, it's like not only do teen moms get thrown to the wayside because they are teen moms, but they also assume that they don't know anything. And they get doped up with medicine and all of that kind of stuff. And I was like, when I thought about it, I said, absolutely. You pick me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna educate these mothers on their bodies. You'll be amazed at what happens at a prenatal doctor appointment, and a mother is calling you on the telephone asking you these questions, and you like, well, honey.
So would you say that if a person is interested in this like career field, one of the most important things is gonna be them valuing community and being a part of a community, an uplifting community. So how like some people just get into certain things for the money to see what type of money they can make, what type of income they can have. And a lot of times, like nurses as well, not saying that it is an actual nurse. However, in comparison to with nurses, a lot of people will be like, this is not a field that you just want to get in for the money. This is something that you want to do because you care about people, right? Would you say that would be like one of the core values? Because that's what it sounds like for you. It is. Yeah, go ahead.
So for me, that is for me. But what I've been telling high schoolers is, if you want to be a nurse, and then when you're in high school, you're like, I want to be a nurse and I want to deliver babies. I want to work on the labor and delivery floor. This is it for
you.
Wow,
baby.
Yeah, you can the thing of what I love about this profession, I swear I wish that I knew about this when I came out of high school, because you can definitely make this be a career on helping people. You know what I'm saying? And it gives you the experience. I can do it. You can do it. Okay, she just said she can do it. You could be a doula. Oh,
y'all can't even see it. Hold on, let's figure it.
Okay, girl. Baby, right. Oh,
y'all know what it sounds. She said, "I'm gonna beat that ass."
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
She definitely didn't say that, guys. She definitely didn't say that.
What it sound like? No.
She said something about a baby. I think.
But what I would say is, what I've been telling the high schoolers is, if you want to go into nursing, I used to feel like going into nursing, what's the step below it? It would be a STNA. But this is another platform that you can take to feel your feet out, to see what's going on, to see what goes on in the background of being that nurse. It's definitely something, I'm not going to say that you have to have a passion for, but you have to want to help people, because you get
people.
Yeah.
And who people are during labor is much different than who they may be. Sometimes much different than what they may be in regular life.
Absolutely.
Because I know I was like, no, she can't come today. Donald Trump is still in the office.
What?
like something totally crazy that my mom just keep thinking is so hilarious, and
That is
her and
something.
Eden dad be cracking up all the time. It
Wait a
just was like, why was I even thinking about that?
You
But
said she
I would say this.
was that all?
I would say this. Being a doula for what? I think I have been a certified doula for 16 months. Yes, certified, baby. I have been a certified doula for 16 months, and I would say this. Our bodies are amazing. And if you have in your mind that I cannot give birth until I get my hair done, until my house is clean, and blah, 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 guess what? That baby ain't coming.
I know.
Girl, I don't know. I don't
The
know. She
baby ain't
came through.
coming.
She
I
came
mean,
through, and
my
now
house
it's
had to be
like,
clean though.
hey, somebody gonna get me up out of here.
Mm-mm.
My baby definitely wasn't trying to come
I have
forward.
seen it where clients will be like, I had a client just last year. Y'all, she told me, I was like, you dilating, you not gonna, go chill out for a minute? She was like, nope, I got something to do. When I got to the hospital, she was like, Miss Nisha, I had to go buy a car. I said, what? She was like, I sat at the dealership until I got the car because I realized that I was going to have multiple children and I needed a bigger vehicle.
Like,
Our
girl, you should
body,
do that afterwards.
that baby wasn't going to come until she got that car. Our bodies are amazing, okay?
That is true.
Like,
That is true.
like if things are not lined up, that baby ain't coming. And ladies, what I want you to know is that word induction. So many times you go to the doctor and you hear that word like, oh, it's going to happen and it's going to be quick and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-mm,
No, not at all.
mm-mm,
An induction,
Look at Brittany.
mm-mm. 3
it
days.
can,
3
yes,
days.
yes. I thought Brittany was the longest induction. No, I seen one. Well, I didn't personally witness it, but I heard about one that was 5.
Oh, heck.
Can you
Woo!
imagine?
At that point, I would have been like, I'm leaving. With what I said to be
Can
in
you
here.
imagine?
I am
Bruh,
sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to you. I am so sorry. I did not have that experience,
you
and
should
I
be
am
very.
grateful to God. I prayed about my thing, and that's why I said that is true, Nisha. Because afterwards, when I got there, the doctor was like, "When you gonna have this baby?" I said, "When your shift over?" And she had 30 minutes left on her shift before when I gave birth. She was like, "Oh, you gave birth right on time." Yes, you said your shift over at 7 o'clock. Well, baby,
I'm telling you, we do not pay attention to our bodies and we don't know how powerful our bodies are. You know, the
Mhm.
EDD, the estimated due date that you get in the beginning of your pregnancy. Key word, estimated.
Estimated.
Okay. Your body is going to know when to evict that baby. That's the only way to put this. Um, so they could give you that EDD, but guess what? It can happen 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, like in between. Like it's the
Mhm.
estimated due date. It's all about what
Mhm.
your body wants to do. And like I was saying about that word induction in the Black community, that is something that is happening more for us Black women. We go in and we get to complaining about being pregnant and they want to speed the process up. I say, please do not do it because you
Mhm.
don't know what you're setting yourself up for.
Mhm.
A, you're setting yourself up for a longer birth. It doesn't mean that you take that medication and then that baby gonna be here in 3 to 4 hours. And when the doctors explain it to you, it's like, oh, I can hurry up and get this over with. And it's like, yes, there's a whole human being to be out of me. I can have my body back and blah, 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 blah. And no, that is not what it is. It is actually something that has side effects. You know, they put you on medication that speed up the process, that Pitocin and magnesium and all of that kind of stuff. Like, it's really a setup.
I was on all that stuff. It wasn't by choice, though. It wasn't by choice. She ain't talking about me, y'all. Because I
so do you think that like the whole backstory though about like not just the fact that the doctors get money, but also the fact that a lot of times more than Caucasian or any other race, we are working until we give birth, right? So in order for us to actually go on our maternity leave, more times than not, we gotta have our baby, or we're working all the way up until the point that we do. So, do you think that that contributes to our like, I want this over sooner thought, as opposed to some other people may be able to go on their breaks or not their breaks, but take their time and relax and nest and you know what I'm saying and do what they have to do to prepare themselves for the process
I'm
of
gonna say
labor.
this. I seen somewhere it was a video that the founder of Birth and Beautiful Communities said, if you're uncomfortable with making this statement, then you might want to switch the profession that you're in. And it is what it is. We as Black women are born into toxic stress. And no matter what, we are going to go through it. And Black babies are dying. That's what the infant mortality rate is about. And so it doesn't matter if we're educated, if we get that time off when we came into the world, we already had like a flag on us.
Mm-hmm.
And so that flag transitioned into, later on, us just, what you say, Brittany?
I'm just saying, Eden's doing some stuff.
Oh yeah, I see. Dang, you wasn't even supposed to call that to nobody's attention.
I mean, you can see.
It's a beautiful thing, though. But
My body still doesn't belong to me. So
but seriously, like we are it doesn't matter if we got that time off or if we
regardless of the circumstances.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. We are still at a high risk of our baby not living into the first year of birth. And
wow.
it's sad. It's sad. And I'm not saying that get a doula and that's going to solve the issue. I'm saying get a doula so that the doula can walk with you through that process.
So you had that extra support.
Exactly. Allow the doula to join your support team. Like I said, I wish that I had a doula 27 years ago when I had a baby, so that I had that person to walk with me and explain with me everything of what was being said, because doctors come in, you have a 15-minute bracket for your doctor's appointment. They come in, they do bop, 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 and you out the door. And that's that. Like, they ain't trying to answer no questions. Yeah. They're not trying to answer no questions or anything like that. And so to have a doula walk you through that, I think that that's good. And then if you get a doula that is offering postpartum services, you have a baby and then you go home with a baby and you like, older people say, oh, your mommy senses a kick in and blah, 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 blah. That is not
what? Who said that?
That is not true at all. Like, you
I
need
breakdowns. Like, oh,
I had straight breakdowns 2 weeks for the whole first 2 weeks. I was like, this baby don't go home.
first off, postpartum depression is serious, okay?
It is. Yes.
Secondly, you can't say, oh, your mommy senses is gonna kick in, because I heard where a lady was like, I fed the baby, I changed the baby, and the baby is still here. What am I supposed to do? And the baby is crying. What am I supposed to do?
What is wrong with this baby?
Right.
Oh
So
my God.
it was like you need that person to come in with you and walk with you through that process. Like allow another human being to, walk you through that process. I would say it's been a lot of moms that we have seen that have killed their babies, that have killed themselves because they couldn't wrap in their mind what it was that they were supposed to do. And so having a doula to be able to talk with somebody and be able to and your doula, she'll answer the phone because we trained to know. Like when you get home, the 2 months.
And that's also, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but that's also major key though, because like you are constantly educating yourself on what's going on or new methods or new things. So the issues that like our parents had, or you get what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, they may have handled it a different way that I ain't really comfortable with, because why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? They thought that was cool. But and then everybody had their own different ways, but it don't necessarily mean that it was the right way or the best way. And you have additional knowledge, you know what I'm saying, that may be different or a better fit, up to date. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. It's up to date for now. Like, first of all, why was y'all doing that back then? Because no, I'm not about to do that to my baby.
And even with saying that, the one thing that I run into is safe sleep. And why in the world would you have a baby sleeping on their back and they're going to choke and blah, 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 blah. And you have grandma that's like, well, my baby, y'all slept on y'all back and y'all going to be okay. I mean, on your stomach and y'all going to be okay. And da, this, that, another. And I was that person. I was like, I know, Eden, yes. Marvin slept on his stomach. And I was like, well, he okay. Like, I don't know what they talking about. But
by the grace of God.
when I seen the anatomy of the body and how it works, like that's what your doula is there for, to explain to you why this is in place. And sometimes grandmas, I'm sorry, you're not right. We operate on what is going on right then and there instead of doing the investigations and all of that kind of stuff to see why is this and why is that. I will say safe sleep is serious. Everybody always talking about safe sleep for SIDS and all of that kind of stuff, but sister talkers, safe SIDS is nothing but your baby forgetting to breathe. And so when it was explained to me like that, and I did the research on it, it's the truth. You have done everything for this baby for 9 months. This baby coming to the world, and now this baby got to learn how to do things on his own. So that's why that baby needs to lay on their back in a bare naked crib, and have the air from the world pushed down, because it's a flap there that needs to open and close, so that If that baby choke, you can hear it. If that baby is on their stomach, you're not gonna hear that. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you put things in perspective and have someone explain it to you, it comes out a little bit different. And that's what I like about being a doula. I'm able to be one-on-one. There's a lot of social service programs that's out here that provide you with the prenatal education and the postpartum support and stuff like that. But your doula is kind of like your auntie. Like you can call her and be like, auntie, like this is what the baby is doing and blah blah blah, this that, and the other. And your doula works with you one-on-one. With the social service programs, they have a caseload, and so they're not able to be so impersonal with you. With your doula, she like, girl, I got you.
Right.
Talk with you. Ask me whatever.
Well, I do wish that we could like go further in, because I know you probably ain't touched base on all of the things that you wanted to talk about or what you wanted to say. So I do want to tell our viewers to please make sure y'all follow us on social media. You didn't say yes, honey. Please follow us on social media. So yes, so you guys can look on there. We may be able to post some facts on there about some of the things that we did get to talk about and some of the things that we did not get to touch base on. Also, you know, you can pay that little consultation fee if you want to just ask a couple questions, you know, going over to the Doula Plug to figure out what's going on, what's happening. She also has, don't you have like a YouTube playlist that you have put together?
I do. I have a YouTube playlist that I have put together that helps you through prenatal, labor, and postpartum questions. You can DM me so that you can get access to that, but you got to get a consultation.
So, you know, hey, she got the information for y'all. Like I said, like we said, she the plug, so she might be able to plug y'all into some extra resources that you may need. That
is actually why the Doula Plug was created. The Doula Plug is not your typical doula services. So it's not about just being your doula. It's about connecting you to the resources that's in your community that can assist you through your pregnancy and beyond. So the Doula Plug is connected to many other organizations. Okay, y'all?
Period. If you're trying to tap into these connections, it's like a Wi-Fi, baby. You need the password. Go ahead and hit my sister up. You feel me? Period. Y'all got anything else to say?
You stay on, girl. You stay on.
Well.
I'm glad you know it's coming. Well, we hope that we have engaged you in some sassy conversation, empowered you to be your authentic self, and encourage you to the next level. If y'all have any questions or concerns or any comments that y'all want to share with us about this episode or any questions for the Doula Plug, make sure that y'all follow us on social media at SisterTalk with LTV. And make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video. If y'all have any comments, leave them down below. Y'all know we need that energy. Yes, all the energy. Share this video with somebody that might be pregnant. Share it with somebody who may even be interested in this career field.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So if y'all don't have anything else to say, we want to say we love y'all, Sister Talkers, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.